There's a new kid on the block in that state now.
Okay, we have our correspondent standing by in another battleground state, and that is Ogun State. Ibraheem Shitta is standing by for us in Abeokuta. Ibrahim, okay, you're looking as though the election is taking some toll on you. Please, what's the update from where you are?
Absolutely, Abosade. Thank you so much. Well, the thing is, in Abeokuta, just on a Saturday morning, a lot of residents actually, most places in Abeokuta woke up to a very bright day, with high expectations that the voting exercise, they will be able to exercise their franchise. And they did. Because when we went out, we set out at about 7. Everywhere was still quiet. But then sometime 7:30, we saw the polling agents who were dropped off by the buses that brought them to a particular polling unit. That's the polling unit in Ibarra, where we have the former Ogun State governor, Olusegun Oshoba, was meant to vote, but we are not sure whether he came out to vote, because the last time when he came out to exercise his franchise during the presidential and National Assembly polls, wasn't able to vote because the beavers failed to recognize his identity. But today, I guess maybe that's one of the reasons why he didn't come out today, because we didn't get the information that he later came out. But for the first time, we went to the polling unit where the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, was meant to vote. The very first time since May 29, since we returned to democracy since 1999, he didn't cast his ballot in Nigeria because he was out of town. Only God knows the reason why he's out of town. But then a lot of people are saying maybe because he didn't want to take side, because we know where he stood in the last election. By and large, voting across Abeokuta, where I monitored, Abeokuta South, Abeokuta North, Central, we saw that the voting was largely peaceful, even though we had that in different local governments, especially in Shagamu, there were, skirmishes, people being attacked, ballot boxes being snatched. In fact, when we were going somewhere around Mancheke, a soldier, stopped our crew members, asked us to identify ourselves where we're going. But then when he saw the tag and we told him that we're from TVC News, he told us that they just arrested, some men, some unscrupulous elements. That's the way he described them. That they seized gun and a knife from them. And he was saying that is the reason why people will be fearing soldiers. They'll say we are so harsh, because what would they be doing with gun and knife and some other machetes and weapons? What were they meant to use it for? We couldn't see the people, but the soldier was briefing us, because they've been arrested and they took them to they took them into custody. But another interesting story we had was of a man who was shot somewhere around I can't recall the name now, but somewhere within Adelta. He was shot in the chest. We went to FMC Diaraba, Federal Medical Center in Diaraba, and we saw the guy writhing in pains on the bed, but we were not allowed to record him. But I stole the shot some way, somehow. We're going to package that, put that into a report on the TV. But then the guy was said to be shot by an immigration official, and we queried, why did we have an immigration official shooting at voters? They said they were trying to arrest some thugs who came to disrupt the voting process. They said that they didn't want people to vote or something. I guess they snatched the ballot boxes, some of the ballot boxes there, and then they made away with it. So they chased them, and the guy that was shot, his brother who spoke to us said his name is Abdul Qadir. That thank God, because the guy was resuscitated. He was bandaged up, all over his chest, and then they gave him about 6 pints of blood just to revive him, and he was responding to treatment last time we went there. So but by and large, the voting process was quite interesting, quite peaceful by and large. But then again, there is this record of vote buying of a particular candidate issuing out a preloaded card. It was preloaded with 10,000 naira and given to, some party, some loyalists, we should say, and some voters, just to sway voters. So vote buying also characterized the voting here in Ogun State, particularly where we monitored in Abeokuta, even in areas like Shagamo, other places all over Ogun State. So we understand that a particular party, a particular candidate ensure that they bought the vote for 10,000 naira, while others bought for 1,500 naira. Even places where votes were being bought, we saw that the security personnel who were deployed there, just looked the other way. A few people were arrested, but then it was massive vote buying yesterday.
All right. But Ibrahim, what about collation in Ogun State? When is it beginning?
Yeah, we were there sometime 10:30 Saturday night. We were told that it will be moved to this morning at 9 a.m. Sunday, that collation will start at 9 a.m. Because although voting started early, it ended even way earlier in places that we went to. So maybe some far locations from the hinterland, probably they were not able to move the voting materials back to the collation center. But then we were informed that it will commence at 9 a.m. today.
All right, Ibrahim. Does Jude have something for Ibrahim?